It's a new day.
This is New Day Northwest. Now, here's Margaret Larson.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to New Day Northwest. The author known as the Cowboy Philosopher is here to tell us about his newest novel and the crazy book signings he's planning here in Washington State. And right after the break, the Cowboy Philosopher shares his unique approach to life, and it might just change the way you spend the rest of your summer. Don't go away. Welcome back, everybody. Carew Papritz is a man who truly marches to the beat of his own drum. His life reads like a giant adventure with one constant weaving in and out of his story, his love of writing. His newest book, The Legacy Letters, is an ode to his family and families everywhere, in fact, containing quotes, wishes, and letters of inspiration and joy. Carew joins us now to share more about The Legacy Letters and the very unconventional book tour he's planned here in Washington. Welcome. How you doing?
Mark, it's an absolute pleasure.
Very nice to meet you.
Gosh, yeah.
So you're living here in Washington State and in Arizona.
And in Arizona.
So you have a little bit of both lifestyles. Yeah. How does one become a cowboy philosopher?
You get on a horse,
yeah.
You ride around, and you think. And think. Yeah, no.
And then you write it down.
And then you write it down, yeah.
I read your book, loved your book, and I love the idea of the way the book is constructed. Can you share that with us without spoiling anything?
Yeah, basically, at its heart, The Legacy Letters is a series of letters written by this father who had never lived to see his children, and there's a practical, moral, spiritual guidebook for them for the rest of their lives. And so it's everything from how to say please and thank you, how to work, how to be 18 years old, things on love and money and travel, and so it's this one man's passionate, signature to how he wants to live life.
And how to pass on fatherhood if you never had a chance to do it in an everyday sort of way, this kind of moral construct that he writes about. Where did this idea come from?
I think I had a early midlife crisis. And
it's better to have it early.
Yes.
You have more time to recover.
Right. Well, I'm waiting for my second one. So. No, I was working in Hollywood, of all places on the planet, and the cliche idea, it's just a fast-paced life, and I just thought, is this all there is to it? I was working in the feature films and whatnot, and I decided, nope, this can't be the way that, there's got to be more to life. And I said, I pulled out stakes from there and sort of came back to my roots. My granddad had a small ranch when I was growing up in Washington. Ended up on the Arizona border, and there I was working as a cowboy.
How about that?
Yeah, and all the desolation and glory, and all of a sudden the pen picked itself up after about 25 years of just waiting to write this book.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Does it reflect your own views about life?
Absolutely, yeah.
It's something that because I read it and thought, this is something I would give to my child and would enjoy them reading and discussing, and is so touching and moving. I had to stop for a minute a couple times because you do tear up in this, but ultimately so life-affirming and really pleasant. You've gotten lots of interest from other parents saying similar things, right? That must be a very fulfilling thing to hear.
Yeah, I mean, one of the wonderful things was this Mom's Choice Award, which was stunning to get.
Yes.
And things, for example, it was a great story the other day. I was at a book signing. Mom and her boy come up, and and I say, I tell them about the book, and they say, oh, that sounds interesting, which of course is the second nastiest word in the English language. And basically I said, hey, if you just pick up this book anywhere in the book, you will, you'll turn the next page.
Yeah.
Kids on the cell phone, I say, okay, put down the cell phone, you read it too. They both read it, turn the page. Turn the page, turn the page.
I can believe it.
And it was an amazing moment, yeah.
I can believe it. And it's not didactic or lesson-y. I mean, it is written with great love. Do you have kids of your own?
Yeah, I have a little boy.
And, I mean, it seemed very personal in that way. So you do these cool book signings. They're unlike anything I've ever heard of before. Give me some examples of what people do to get to you to get their books signed.
All right, so for my love of Washington, I have The Legacy Letters, Wild, Wonderful, and Washington First Ever's book tour. First Ever's talks about going, for example, the other day we were on a raft trip going down the Skagit River signing books, and I bring out this big banner, and people are, oh my God, we're going to do it on a volcano and kayaks in the Puget Sound and the ferry, just to celebrate. And again, it's the passion behind the writing in the book, the man who wants to live life, and I figure, you know what, this is how I want to present the book to the world.
And you really love the state, too, so this is a great way to kind of promote all of that at one time.
Yeah.
So In terms of your most favorite book signing site, the thing that you would like look down the road and say, if I could be there on top of Mount Rainier or wherever and sign books, what would it be, do you think?
Oh, top of Mount Rainier.
That's it.
Oh, that would be just the cat's meow.
You
right
might
there.
be by yourself.
Yes, I might. You get up there and I'm just, okay, who's next?
Trying to get those books up there would be tough enough.
yeah.
So if, as the Cowboy Philosopher, as I go through my week, give me just a couple of your first thoughts. If we wanted to sort of start our kids off or think about giving this book to them, what might we share first?
I think the whole idea of creating a legacy life is creating legacy moments. And they're very, very small moments. The idea of how can I create a moment of, you know, deep happiness, of generosity, of fairness, within just, for example, we could be sitting here and this is well, of course, this is a legacy moment.
It's a good moment.
It's a great moment. And
that's what life is, right? I mean, one of the things I pulled from the book is that these aren't just, you know, thoughts about how to be forever happy, how to find your bliss. This was really about what life really is, which is that you gather up these moments and you put them in your basket, and you hope at the end of life that your basket is full, right?
Yeah, right.
Well,
That's what we can all hope for.
There's some great lessons in there. How old is your little boy?
He's 7.
7.
All boy.
He's all, of course he is.
Oh.
He's the Cowboy Philosopher's son. He's already got his title figured out. Thank you so much
Margaret,
for joining us.
pleasure.
Couldn't
Thank you.
recommend the book enough. We've posted more information online about the Legacy Letters, Carew's tour, and a number of more traditional signings in case you don't want to kayak to him, including some this afternoon, Tuesday, July 8th at the Barnes & Noble in downtown Seattle and at the Edgewater Hotel. Carew has brought copies of this book for everybody in the audience, and I know you will enjoy it. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
That's terrific.
Yeah,